Welcome, friends. I'm Chelsea, and today's class is going to be a faster-paced vinyasa flow that will focus on increasing lower body strength while building stability and power from within the core that will radiate throughout your entire body. By concentrating on finding fluidity between challenging yoga asanas, we will bring awareness to the connection of our movements to our breath and welcome gratitude and appreciation for our bodies. If you're ready, let's get started. We're going to start out today's class in a strong mountain pose posture. So bring your feet hip distance apart and open your palms up in front of you. Maybe allow your eyes to soften at this time and just feel the support of the earth underneath you, grounding and strong. Try to find that balance between the weight in your toes and the weight in your heels. And let's reconnect with our breath. When you're ready, let's take a deep inhale, arms up to the sky, and then exhale, sweep them down. Let's do 2 more. Deep inhale, arms up. Exhale, release, and 1 more, arms up. And at the top, let's pause and bring that left foot behind the body and stretch it over to the right side. Breathing life into that left side body. And release and return to center. Let's inhale, arms up. Right foot behind the body now, stretching it over to the left side. Another deep inhale. And release and return to center. Let's take 1 more deep inhale up. And then on our exhale, let's sweep the upper body over to one side as if we're going to come into a forward fold. But instead, continue the movement up and over onto the other side. Exhale as you sweep your hands down and then take a deep inhale on your way back up, gaining momentum as you swing down and slowly coming up. Just repeat this movement, full fluidity in the spine here. Pause at the top and let's switch directions. Sweeping your arms up and over, increasing in speed on your way down, and then slowly reaching up and over. Remembering to breathe, exhaling on your way down and inhaling as you come back up. Great job, great big stretch at the top. And then release back down. We're going to come to the front of our mats now for a sun salutation B. Let's deep inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, send your hips back into that chair pose. Release into forward fold. Halfway lift, spine long. And release, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale into upward facing dog. And then exhale as you send your hips back into downward facing dog. Let's step that right foot forward, come up into warrior 1, strong front leg. Release your arms down to the side, step that right foot back, one-legged chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, and then exhale into downward facing dog. Let's bring that left foot under the body now as we set ourselves up into warrior 1 once again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, release, step that left leg back, one leg chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale into that downward facing dog. Let's step or jump to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, let's come up and sink into that chair pose, strong and steady. And then release back into mountain posture. Inhale those arms up, sweep them down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale. Set yourself up for chaturanga, upward facing dog. And then send those hips back into downward facing dog. Deep inhale and exhale. Just allowing our heart rates to come back down for a moment. When you're ready, you can extend your right leg out long and then bring it in, tucking it in towards the chest for mountain climbers. Let's continue this movement, inhaling as we extend it out long and exhale as you tuck it in towards the chest. Puff through the back on your exhale, pushing the mat away. Deep inhale as you extend it long, and then pause the next time you bring it in towards your chest, dropping that knee now towards the mat and then back up towards your chest. As you bring your knee up, really push the mat away, feeling that engagement through the core. And then pause at the top. Let's drop that right foot and bring that left leg in, straightening out that front leg, coming into pyramid posture, allowing yourself to release into your right leg. And let's inhale now, releasing our arms, setting ourselves up for warrior one again. Allow yourself to sink into that front knee. Maybe we extend our arms out behind the back, clasping the arms, squeezing the shoulder blades together, opening up the heart. And then on our exhale, let's send our weight forward, coming into warrior three. Hands still clasped behind the body for a moment. Let's release them and sweep them up overhead. Gaze through your fingertips. Let's see if we can drive that left knee in for a warrior three crunch. Exhale as you drive that knee in, and inhale as you release back into warrior three. Let's continue this movement. Strong right leg. See if you can maintain your balance as you engage your core in these crunches. Let's inhale as we send our leg out long, and then exhale as we crunch. Hold this final crunch. Maybe you grab the outside of your left foot with your right arm and release up, and then extend that left arm out long. Left leg extended out front. See if you can follow your left fingertips with your gaze. As you slowly lower that leg, see if you can hold on to it as long as possible before sweeping it behind the body to open up into half moon pose. Left arm towards the sky, left leg out long. Hold for a moment before sending your weight back and entering into warrior two posture. Strong front leg. Let's flip that right palm now and send it back into revolved warrior. And then release back up, this time sending our weight over to the left side into this half squat pose. Palms in prayer. Deep breath here. Let's release our hands to the mat and see if you can grab onto that left leg and sweep it up into this side plank. Hold on to those toes or release if you want to. And then drop that left foot behind the body, sweeping your left arm over for wild thing pose. Deep inhale, open up through the heart. And release your hands to the mat this time and send it into downward facing dog. On your next exhale, let's roll the spine forward into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, and then exhale once again back into that downward facing dog. Sending the weight into your hips. One more big inhale, and then let's exhale it out. When you're ready, ground through that right foot and sweep that left leg back. And let's come into these mountain climber crunches again, tucking that knee in towards your chest and puffing through the back. Pushing the mat away as you bring your knee in, driving it long and extend it back. On the next one, let's hold that knee in towards the chest and drop it now towards the mat. Continue this movement, pushing the mat away as you crunch that knee up into your chest. Great job. And pause at the top, this time dropping that left leg, setting yourself up for pyramid pose. Take a deep inhale, and then on your exhale, sink into that front knee. Great job. And send your weight forward. Let's come up into warrior one. Arms overhead, strong left knee. Release the hands behind the back. Let's clasp those hands, squeezing those shoulder blades. Once again, opening up the heart towards the ceiling. And send your weight forward if you can into that warrior three. Arms still clasped behind the body, only for a moment. And then release as you swing them and sweep them up overhead. And prepare yourself for those warrior three crunches. On your exhale, let's drive that right knee in. And release back out. Drive it in again. Let's continue this movement, remembering to breathe through the posture. Really strong engagement of the core as you crunch that knee in. And pause here at this time before grabbing that right foot with that left arm, extending that leg out long. And this time, bringing your right arm out beside the body. This isn't my favorite pose in the world. Bringing that gaze before those fingertips. Before slowly releasing that leg down now. Sending yourself into that half moon pose. Deep breath. And release that back leg. Setting yourself up into warrior two again. Strong left knee. Gaze over those front fingertips. And then let's flip that palm, sending it into revolved warrior. Just take a deep inhale, and then on your exhale, let's sweep it over into that half squat pose onto the right side this time. Palms in prayer. And release your hands, this time grabbing that right foot and sending yourself up into this side plank pose. Once again, maybe release the foot and drop that right foot behind the body up into wild thing posture. Deep breath. Pushing through the pelvis, engaging those glutes. Let's drop that right hand and send it into chaturanga. Deep inhale as you lift into upward facing dog. And then exhale, release into downward facing dog. Let's rest just a moment here, allowing our heart rate to come back down. And then when you're ready, we can extend that right leg out long before tucking it in towards our chest and dropping that foot in between the hands. Let's inhale our arms up and then exhale as we sink into warrior one. Slowly release that left arm to the mat as you inhale your right arm up and the left leg out long, this revolved half moon. Drop that back leg and let's send it into this revolved high lunge. Left arm up to the sky before sweeping those arms over to the left in this almost humble high lunge. Strong front knee. And then let's release, inhaling our arms up now into this high lunge. Let's keep that strong front knee bent and see if we can drop that back knee to just hover over the mat and then bring it back up. So drop the knee. Bring it up, breathing through this sequence. Strong front leg, core engaged. Let's hover at the bottom and start pulsing that bottom knee. Strong quads, and slowly release this time, sending our weight forward, bringing that right arm back to grab that left ankle. On your next inhale, feel as though you're breathing life into that hip flexor. And now we can slowly release that back leg. And let's pop that back leg up now and set ourselves up into this standing split. We're going to try to send our weight into our hands as we switch our legs mid-air. So let's gain momentum by pumping that back leg and see if you can switch your legs mid-air as you come onto your hands and then release back down now onto your left leg. Inhaling up into warrior one. Strong left knee. And release, dropping our right arm to the mat, popping that left arm up to the sky and that right leg back in this revolved half moon. Only a moment. Let's release that right leg back and come into this revolved position now. Deep inhale, and then on your exhale, sweep those arms forward, sinking into that left knee in this humble warrior posture. Arms overhead, and then release. On your inhale, take those arms up wide as you set yourself up into this high lunge. And let's see if we can start dropping that right knee now. So keeping that left knee bent and strong, only dropping that right knee. Strong front quads and core engaged. Arms strong up overhead. Let's pause a moment at the bottom this time and let's do those pulses. Pulse those knees. Pulse, 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 strong. You're gonna be burning. And then release, dropping that knee now. Let's see if we can reach back and grab that right ankle with that left hand. As we sink our weight into our hips, breathe life into that hip flexor. And you can release that right ankle at this time. Let's straighten out that front leg as we send our right leg up and long into this standing split. We're going to try that handstand leg switch again to come into a forward fold. I know your legs are tired. See if you can pump that right leg and do a quick switch. Entering into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Allow your head to hang heavy. Maybe clasp those elbows at this time and gently sway your weight back and forth. Knees nice and soft, allowing your head to just hang and your spine to decompress. Let's try to just return our breathing back to normal after that flow. Continue some gentle sways within the body. And let's release our arms to the mat. Take a deep inhale, halfway lift, and then exhale as you fold forward, this time sinking into that low yogic squat. Palms in prayer, spine long. And we can release back. Set yourself up for high boat pose. Let's inhale our arms up overhead and extend those legs out long, core engaged. Maybe you start dropping, alternating those feet, toes pointed, feeling the engagement through the lower core. See if you can slowly sink your back closer to the mat, continuing this movement in the feet, in the legs. Now hold at the top, crunch it in, and see if you can bring your knees in towards your head. Extend those arms and legs now, and then crunch those knees in, bringing those arms along the legs. Extend out and crunch in, keeping that core engaged and tight even on the extension. Feel your abs burning. Let's bring them out once again and crunch it in. Extend out long and crunch. This time hold at the top. See if you can pulse your head in almost towards your knees. Continue, pulse, pulse, pulse. Crunching, really engage those abs. I know it's burning. And hollow hold once more. And then release yourself back down. Congratulate yourself on an ab workout well done. And let's bring our knees up, bringing our feet close to our hips. And we're going to set ourselves up for a bridge pose. So inhale that pelvis up, pushing the mat away, and then exhale as you release. Inhale as you come back up, pushing your arms into the mat, and then exhale, release. This time on your inhale, sweep the arms up overhead as you bring your pelvis up, and then back down along the body as you release back down. Continue this movement. See if you can align your movements with your breath as you do this. And then exhale, slowly release back down once again. Deep inhale, sweep those arms up, pushing the pelvis towards the sky, glutes engaged. And release. If you need to sink forward just a bit on your mat, we're going to come up into a plow pose. So see if you can push your legs up overhead and then drop those knees towards your ears. Maybe extending those legs out overhead. You can support your back with your arms or allow them to release towards the mat. You can even clasp your hands together if you'd like. I would recommend not wearing a bun in your hair like I have, as it makes it slightly uncomfortable, but still doable. Breathe through this posture. And you can bring your arms up along your back to support yourself and see if you can come up into this shoulder stand. So release your feet up towards the ceiling, toes pointed, core engaged. Maybe you drop your arms down again onto the mat, or you can keep them on your back for your support. Deep inhale. And then on your exhale, bend those knees in towards your face once again and slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, release yourself back down to the mat. We're going to tuck our hands under our glutes at this time and come up onto our elbows. Let's arch the back and see if we can drop our head onto the mat into this fish posture. Pushing our chest up towards the sky, supporting ourselves on our arms. Breathe, shoulder blades squeezing together. No weight actually on your neck at this time. Gently supported by the arms. And you can slowly release. We're going to tuck our knees in towards our chest and just slowly start to unwind the body. Gently rock back and forth, giving yourself a nice spinal massage. Bringing your attention towards your breath again. And when you're ready, you can drop that left foot to the mat and cross your right ankle over that left knee. Now place your hands on that left hamstring and pull that left knee in closer to your chest. Flex that left foot and just breathe into this posture. Slight gentle pressure as you pull that knee in. This will allow a nice stretch of the outer hip and the piriformis muscles, which is a muscle deep in the glutes. And when you're ready, you can slowly use your hands to keep the legs right where they are, but guide them over to the left side. Now take that right arm and extend it over to the right, following your gaze over your right fingertips. And take a deep breath, breathing life into that spine and into those hips. When you're ready, you can slowly release back to center, this time dropping that right foot and crossing that left ankle over the right knee. Now pull that right knee in, flexing that right foot, and this time breathe into that left hip. Kind of adjust your pressure as you feel necessary for the amount of stretch you're looking for. And just breathing life into that stretch. When you're ready, you can slowly use your hands to guide those knees over to the right. Extend that left arm out long and follow your gaze over your fingertips. You can allow your gaze to soften as well if you'd like. as we unwind from today's practice. Allowing yourself to feel the stillness come over you and be at peace within your body. And you can slowly release at this time grabbing your outer feet and pulling those knees in towards your armpits for happy baby pose. If you're feeling up to it, you can gently rock back and forth on the spine, giving the muscles around the spine a nice massage. This is just a gentle stretch here. And then when you're ready, you can slowly extend your legs out long and prepare the body for Savasana. So allow your ankle and feet to relax. Kind of tuck your shoulder blades under just a bit and allow your palms to release open towards the sky. Allow your gaze to soften and allow your jaw to unclench. Feel any tension releasing out of your shoulders on every exhale. And just allow yourself to completely release towards the earth. And let's just take a moment to feel gratitude for our bodies and for everything they allowed us to accomplish in today's class. Thank you so much for joining me in today's class. If you enjoyed the class, please like the video and subscribe for more yoga content.